Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick Theriot, and today I have an exciting new video for you guys. Today I'll be answering the age-old question, CBO or ABO, and what should you be using inside of your ad accounts, and what is my personal preference and how I effectively use these campaigns. So before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's get started, guys. So this has been a very common question, I think, inside of the community in general, and a lot of people have at a certain point is, should I use ABO or CBO? What are the advantages? You know, how should I use them? Do I do all ABO or do I do all CBO? And this is something that I think at first you're very strong on either side. You're running everything in ABO or you're running everything in CBO. And in fact, we actually do an ABO CBO hybrid. So we do half our campaigns ABO and the other half with CBO. And I'm gonna show you exactly in a second how we structure those. Now, another thing is we find that CBO works better for scaling because we've been able to increase budget on CBO, sometimes 50 to 100% every day, and scale very well when we have a good offer, good audiences, everything's perfect. And that happens. And when you do all that and do all the work into the creative audience, etc., and you get those blissful moments, that's when we like to really just hit it hard and scale hard. So going back to it, we use ABO for a lot of our testing in terms of creative testing, audience testing, and I'm about to hop in that account and actually show you exactly how we structured these things. But so we use both. We use ABO and CBO. And then I'll do a little tad bit on kind of like how we do our retargeting as well. So with that being said, let's hop into the ad account real quick. So this is actually something new for you guys. I'm gonna show y'all. This is actually a app install client. So this is something a little different than we're normally seeing with the e-commerce side, but I want to kind of show you guys something different because this particular ad account structure works on everything. Lead gen, e-com, courses, online courses, any type of ad account. This works. There's no questions about it. This type of structure works. So diving into ad account right here, we see a few things. First off, I have half of them are Android and some are iOS, because again, this is an Android and iOS app. We just basically, due to like an app client, we have to first go ahead and we have to test on both iOS and Android, because the app, you have to run separate campaigns for each. So long story short on that. So what we do is we do a creative testing campaign and audience testing campaign. And again, these are ABO campaigns, literally specifies it right here. Now, our scaling campaign is a CBO. So this is where we put all the best performing stuff, lookalikes, interests, best performing creatives, etc. Now, how is this ran? So let's just dive into our audience testing first. And inside of our audience testing campaign, you can see right here, we're testing a lot of different audiences. These are single interest or single lookalike ad sets. So we're not running like 4 or 5 interests stacked on each other. These are single interests or single lookalike ad sets. And basically what happens is we can validate whether or not an interest or a lookalike works by first testing it like this. So we know golf ball works, so we tested it. Just a side note, our goal is a trial started, cost per start trial. So our goal is trials for this account. Our target CPA is $20 to $24. Right now we're averaging about $25 CPA. Our main CBO scaling campaign, running a little bit of issues right now with some of the iOS stuff with iOS 14.5 for this particular account, but that's our target CPA. When we came on board, they were getting a $50 to $60 CPA. So we've been able to do some really good stuff in terms of that and our performance side. Now, these audiences that we're testing is we're essentially using the best performing ads. So we're using the best performing ads inside of the ad account. So you test a new interest or new lookalike with your best performing creative. So if you have 3 or 4 best performing creatives in the account over the last, say, 7 to 30 days, then we're going to toss them all in here. So we'll create, this one right here, Callaway Golf Company ad set. Click into it. We have our best performing creatives. So that way, when we're testing an audience, we're giving you the best possible chance to succeed because we're using the best performing creatives. If we were using new creatives that we didn't know worked, then we wouldn't know if it's the audience or the creatives. Now, our budget is 1 to 2x our target CPA. So our target CPA is $20, and I'm doing 2x because I have a big budget for this account. So I'm doing a $40 daily budget. Super simple. So I'm testing audiences in this campaign. I'm finding what works, turning off what doesn't, leaving on what does. Simple. Now, again, we're just having a little issues right now with the iOS 14.5 update. So that's why this campaign is currently turned off. Now, our creative testing campaign, if we're using best performing creatives to test new audiences, what we're going to do is we're going to use best performing audiences to test new creatives. Now, I just put a batch of creatives being tested for this particular creative testing campaign. So I'm actually going to show you guys some fresh kind of results and how I kind of like make some changes. So let's click into this. Now, again, this is a lot of stuff going on right here. So you can see right here, I have batch 1 and batch 1, batch 2 and batch 2. The reason being is I take all my best performing interests, I stack them up, and then I take all my best performing lookalikes and stack them up. And then I create 2 ad sets, best performing lookalikes, best performing interests. Keep it simple. So, and the reason we're doing this is because if I want to test a new creative and have 10 winning audiences, I don't want to use 10 winning audiences because it's going to create a whole bunch of ad sets. So I'm going to go big, broad by having a lot of different interests, a lot of different lookalikes in there. And it's going to also give it the best possible chance of performing because it's like, here's a big bucket, Facebook, of all the best performing stuff. Get this creative working. That's essentially what we're doing. And we're following that same concept of 1 to 2x our target CPA for the daily budget for each one of these. Now, we're doing 1 ad per batch. So if you pop in here, we can see 1 ad in this particular ad set. Now, so batch 1, both of these ad sets have the same creative in each one. So 1 ad per batch. So batch 1, this is batch 2. So batch 2 is going to be another completely different ad than batch 1. But again, same best performing interest, best performing lookalikes. So again, 1 to 2x target CPA. And we put these creatives live about 2 or 3 days ago. And we can start to see, okay, these suck. These aren't working well. You know, I like to do about 3x our 2x target CPA daily budget spend. So I'm spending 2x target CPA and I want to get about $120 spend before I turn it off just to give the best possible chance to perform. And then you can see right here, we found a new kind of winning creative so far. So it's leading really well. So this is some stuff that I'm going to look at expanding on. But again, I'm going to give it another day. And also too, today is Father's Day. So with all that going on, we may actually have to let it run a little bit longer. So let's go back to our campaign level. So we're testing best performing audiences against new creatives in our creative testing campaign. 1 to 2x of your target CPA for your daily budget in ABO campaign. Simple. Audience testing campaign, we're testing new audiences with our best performing creatives. So give those new audiences the best possible chance of performing. Now, what happens when you have best performing lookalikes and or best performing audiences and best performing creatives? Then we're going to push them into a CBO campaign. And we'll start off the campaign at 5 to 10x our target CPA. So for this campaign, anywhere from our target CPA is $20. So our budget is going to be anywhere from $100 to $200 daily for the starting off. And inside of there, we're going to put our best performing lookalike stacked and our best performing interest stacked. And we can see right here, we're getting some really good cost per start trial. Again, our target cost per start trial is $24 on the high end, $20 is the goal. We're about $25. So we're definitely making some headway. Start off with $50 to $60 on this account and we're making our way down. So going inside there, inside of our best performing interests, we're going to put our best performing creatives, and same thing for the other ad set, best performing creatives. So we're simply dropping in when we find a new winning creative, we're putting them into both of these ad sets. When we find a new lookalike that works really well, we're tossing it into this ad set. When we're finding a new interest that works really well, we're tossing it into this interest. And what happens is you have a CBO campaign with best performing variables, and all we're doing is letting Facebook run the show from here. We're letting them kind of decide what audience to spend more on. So we can see right here, it's spending a lot more, significantly more on the interest. And that's just because there's more people in it. Nothing wrong with that. We're getting some very comparable results on it. And even our CPM, this again, so worldwide, male plus female, 18 plus, very, very broad audience. And we're going to look to actually kind of tweak this and bring this down further down. But this should answer your questions of ABO or CBO. and how we use ABO or CBO and how we use them together actually to create a really powerful kind of not really strategy, but way we manage things. And that allows us to generate consistently good results because we're using them together. And they each have their own, like, I guess you could say, they each have their own unique capabilities that work really well. So for example, if we were running a CBO on this campaign, there's no way we could spin on each one of these ad sets the same amount. You know, some would get a lot of spin, some would get little spin, and it takes a little more time to test. Same thing for audience testing. Run this as CBO, some will get more spin than the others, and it's just a pain. Now, with our CBO of best performing stuff, we know all this stuff has been validated that it works really well. So now that when we're scaling, we're just giving Facebook the best performing everything and letting Facebook control the budget. But we have a little bit more peace in our own mind because we know what we're spending on has been validated and works at some level. Now, when it comes down to retargeting, we do all ABO for retargeting just because we use a lot of different retargeting audiences and stuff. And again, we want to make sure that our 0 to 7 day add to cart audience is getting a consistently good amount of spin compared to our 7 to 14 day. We want to make sure they're all getting the same amount of spin, but we don't want Facebook to latch on the 7 to 14 day and spin everything with CBO. So we do a lot of ABO as well for retargeting. We've been finding that works really well as well. And again, just little small budgets, $10 to $20 a day budgets per ad set for retargeting and just increasing it incremental amounts and then or dropping depending on the performance. But hope that helps, guys. Hope that explains the question of how I use ABO or CBO. Been using this strategy for a while now, and we keep things super, super simple in the ad account so we can focus on what drives results, and that is creative, copy, offer, headlines. Those are the things and how we're communicating our marketing message to our ideal audience. Those are the things that is driving the biggest impact for us in our accounts. Now, if you are a Shopify business owner and you are looking to scale your brand, hit your first 6-figure month, then make sure you click the link below, book a call with me and my team, and we'll hop on a call with you, build a marketing plan out for you, a plan of action essentially to scale up your brand, hit your revenue goals. So just simply click the link below, book a time with us, and we'll build this plan of action for you, and you can either take it and run with it, or you can actually have the option to work with us if you want. Whatever you do, perfectly fine, no risk call. So make sure you click the link below and book that call. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, guys, it's about that time. My name is Nick Theriot, and I hope you have a great freaking day. Thank you all so much for watching. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.